Welcome to Taco Tuesday. It is October 28th, and it is a Tuesday. It's time for us to do a Taco Tuesday session here. So I am delighted to be joined by several of our WiLS vendor partners here today. You can see them listed here on screen. I want to get us started quickly, so I'm going to turn things over to Marty, who is joining us from Maris Capstone well, I'm going to let him tell us what he's going to talk about. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, so Marty, you can take the reins.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeff. Really appreciate it. And we'll do a screen share here with our Capstone update. This is all of the new stuff here for PebbleGo. And let me pull this up. Does that look good on your end?
Looks great, Marty.
Awesome. Sounds great. So thank you again, Jeff. We appreciate it, and we really appreciate the partnership that we have with WiLS for many years. And you guys are such valued organizational partners, and really anything that you, as a member side, anything that you need from WiLS, they are so good about responding and giving you very, very good answers to your questions. And we're here as well. You know, the partnership is just fantastic. Either side, let us know how we can assist your needs. But thank you for your PebbleGo subscriptions. And the vast majority of Wisconsin school districts enjoy PebbleGo in their buildings. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it on behalf of WiLS and Capstone. We thank you. Maris Education, we are the local rep for Capstone. We work just with Wisconsin, and we're the direct publisher representative. So we have a few things that we want to update you on and give you some free stuff today too. So it's hopefully a valuable use of our 15 minutes together today. And if you have any follow-up questions afterwards, let us know. And of course, let WiLS know, and we'll get you the answers that you need in a timely fashion, and we can help you out that way. So today we've got some PebbleGo updates. We've got a couple of new platform changes that are kind of like just being announced now. So I'll give you that announcement on Classic and Premier. We also have the Spanish expansion and the ebooks expansion. We've got a couple of new options there to share. Lots of great free PebbleGo support for your administration, for your staff, for community, for parents, for families. There's a lot of great free stuff to support your PebbleGo subscription. And then I've got some free resources to share, including some nice choice boards and some cool webinars that are free of charge. You can just go on and get them anytime you need. So that's sort of what we have going on for today's session at Taco Tuesday. You guys will probably be very familiar with the PebbleGo suite. This kind of puts it kind of one graphic organizer together, and this will kind of lead the way to some of the new platform changes that I will tell you a little bit more about. But we've got all of the Capstone content, which is based around PebbleGo, and all of the ebooks and all the print materials. And then we have that digital toolbox where we've added PebbleGo Create and Capstone Connect. So those are kind of the distinctions here, and that'll kind of lead the way into some of the differences between Classic and Premier that I'll tell you all about. So this is something you'll be very familiar with, and lots of great awards, and they've been really fantastic reception for PebbleGo. Okay, so the new content and the new changes for this year, PebbleGo Spanish is next. Now it's for grades 3, 5, and up, which is something that was launched earlier this year. Many of you have taken advantage of adding this to your PebbleGo subscription, so thank you so much. And if you haven't done it so yet, just contact WiLS, tell them you want the 3-5 Spanish, the PebbleGo Next, and it'll just be right there on your subscription. So you get hundreds of new articles that are all just fantastic. Equivalents of the English version and now in Spanish version, Spanish language content all the way through. The second thing is you may have noticed when you have PebbleGo Next, you may have noticed there's hundreds of new articles now for animals for the higher levels. So now we have PebbleGo, the original animals, and now we have PebbleGo Next for the higher upper grades with just a great collection there. And those are also in Spanish. So if you have PebbleGo Next, if you've added that to your PebbleGo, We appreciate that. Thank you very much. And that serves that whole K through 5, K through 6th grade audience all in one place. So it's a lot of great resources. If you just have the original PebbleGo, it's a really good move to add next and just expand that upward so that it can serve all of your students in the elementary buildings. You may have also noticed when you've logged into PebbleGo this fall that they've kind of simplified, little streamline on the user interface. Now they do not have those tabs, those folder tabs up there, but they have the home button. So you click the home button and then you come back. You can go to PebbleGo, you can go to PebbleGo Next, you can go to your ebooks, you can go to Create, you can go to all the different places, and it's a little bit more streamlined. And if you do subscribe to the Spanish, that Espanol button will appear all the way across. Also, the search engine has been really enhanced. So it gives you a lot more student-friendly results when you're clicking in and searching for different topics of interest on the PebbleGo search engine. We now have over 1.9, I guess that's billion articles read, and it just keeps going up. We're almost at 2 billion. It's incredible. The amount of usage is just amazing. So thank you. Thank you so much. And here's a look of that new nav screen where you've got PebbleGo Next, PebbleGo, the Capstone Interactive, where your ebooks will be housed, Create, the educator tools, and then an opportunity for class projects. So these are all very, very user-friendly, very easily to navigate. This is the PebbleGo Bronze. This is the original, which has been out for many years now. Launched back at least maybe 12, 15 years ago, somewhere in there. I got to look that up. But anyway, this is the one that is the original. Now, this is something that everybody has kind of started and just kind of seen grown over the years. So there's just a lot of great content there for the primary age students. The PebbleGo Next was added to have something really strong in place for the upper grades. And we even have a lot of middle schools that will do this for high-low. But the focus here is something that goes beyond that bronze level, and it's included in the silver, gold, or platinum levels, which I'll tell you, those are going to be continued for another year or so, but we're really shifting people over now into the classic, which I'm going to tell you all about because it really puts everything together. So this is the new thing for now for fall of 25. Capstone has just launched two things called PebbleGo Classic and PebbleGo Premier. So the PebbleGo Classic is all about the content. This is everything that's appropriate for the K through 5. PebbleGo plus PebbleGo Next are your classic. So when you do your renewal with WiLS, you can renew it at the same level, but you might see that if you do classic, you might save a few dollars. It's kind of puts everything together in one place. So ask WiLS for classic, and if you're looking for the content of PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next all in one place. We also have the digital tools, and these we've launched in the last couple of years, PebbleGo Create and PebbleGo Connect. So these are the things where you have a digital makerspace through Create where the students can do their own work. They can do their own project-based learning in the safe PebbleGo environment. So this is some really good stuff, very popular tools across the board, and really give you a lot of those administrative tools where you can have your classroom set up so you can do group projects, you can have students doing their own individual projects, and you can share them around. So there's a lot of good functionality that comes with this. That's that digital toolbox. And the Connect, if you are looking for more project-based ideas, you have a ton of stuff here, just great resources, and you get some ebooks included. There's just a lot of awesome content that goes above and beyond what's inside PebbleGo, and it really allows you to expand the functionality and give students a lot more. And all of these digital tools are now bundled in Premier, which is the other new package from Capstone. So there's PebbleGo Classic, which is the content, and there's PebbleGo Premier, which takes all the content and adds the toolbox. So there's a lot of great stuff there. Ask WiLS of the quote if you'd like to put things together. If you have more, you pretty much get the quantity discount. When you get a higher level bundle, usually the unit cost comes down versus getting everything a la carte. So it's a really nice option for you. And then the other things that you can add on your own choice. Spanish, that would be the big one. Also the ebook bundles, and I'll tell you more about those. And then Capstone books. We have some nice duos where it combines print and um, digital access for both. So here's the Spanish. This is the original K3. And then now we have PebbleGo Next in Spanish, which would be grades 3 through 5 and up. And you can have those all together, or you can just do them separately. If your schools have different grade bands, you can focus in on just those grade bands. If you prefer to do that, that's great. So here are the PebbleGo ebooks. And we now have all of these, I should say, all of the PebbleGo ebooks will appear in your PebbleGo subscription as Capstone Interactive. So these are your collection. This is your digital collection that you build over time, and you've got total access to these. There's no holds, there's no wait lists. These are unlimited access anytime you're in PebbleGo. So all of your students can get read aloud for all titles. It's really powerful. There's a lot of great stuff here. And there's a couple of different ways to do this. In the past several years, we've had the Capstone Interactive ebooks, which you can buy individually. But now we've got some pre-made bundles, which you can subscribe to on an annual basis. So we've got two different options here: the purchase option, or the kind of like the Netflix option, where you get them for a period of time, and then it changes up the next year, where you would resubscribe or you would choose. So you can decide if you want them in your own digital collection permanently, which is great. We love that. And you can also try them for a year and kind of rent them out for a year and focus in on specific grade levels, specific content areas. If you have curriculum alignment, if you have, maybe there's a science adoption going on in your district and you want to really beef up the science options, this is a great way to do that. And it's only $150 and you get 50 titles, and it's for a year. So these are annual, but you've got some great choices here with science ELA, social studies, and some of the starter sets, which give you kind of a wide variety of fiction and nonfiction. So it's a variety. And then you also have the option to build to own. So if you're doing collection development and you really want to keep them, these are like, yes, this is ours. Then the $15 deal is awesome. And it's a really great price, because usually it's $39.99 for any of these if you don't have PebbleGo. So because you do have PebbleGo, you qualify for the great special. And you've got all of these ways to have unlimited use and read alouds for every single title. So there's our flyer on the $15 ebooks, and you just let us know if we can help out. One caveat on that is that some of the co-branded, like the Smithsonian or the Sports Illustrated, those are not in the $15 ebook, but they do appear in the duos. And this is a great way to combine print and ebooks both together in one bundle. These will pop into your collection, and you'll also have a hard copy for your shelf. So this is a good option. Those are the duos that takes you into the print. What's really powerful is the copy link that has something that goes across all of your content. Everything that you have, you can copy, paste, and share throughout all of your other learning management systems and learning management software that you have in your district, like Seesaw, Canvas, Schoology, Google Classroom, all of it. You can copy and paste because you're buying them directly from Capstone through WiLS. This is something that you have copyability within your district. So it's really nice to share out with no login required. We've got some really nice rostering options here for it on demand. Let us know how we can help you out and really integrate PebbleGo into your ClassLink, into your Clever, in your Google Classroom, however we can help like that. It's a free service, and it's really nice to have that all in one place. So you can go to PebbleGo.com, or you can access it through Clever, ClassLink, or Google Classroom. Here's the Help Center. This will have a lot of great resources for you, for your staff, for families. There's just a lot of great stuff here. So go on to the resources page, and you'll see the admin support. You get a lot of usage reports on demand. You can go ahead and get those anytime you need. You can link up your content. You can manage the content, and really have a lot of great resources to share around in your building. These are some things for take home, and those are all in the educator inspiration page. So a lot of great home connections, good stuff. So there's Classic, that's PebbleGo plus PebbleGo Next. There's Premiere, which adds that digital toolbox. And this is kind of a quick comparison. This is also on the Capstone's updated website where you can see kind of the comparison, one versus the other, and then you can decide, which would make the most sense for your subscription going forward. And then the add-ons. So there's a lot of varieties here, a lot of different ways to really customize to your needs. We just had a great webinar series with Shannon McClintock Miller that just finished up. There's 4 recorded webinars at Capstone for library tips and tricks and treats just in time for Halloween. And she loves choice boards. So we wanted to pass along some really cool ones. We've got the Halloween choice board and Thanksgiving. So that's a bonus. These are all free. You can go on there. They're actually hosted at Symbaloo.com, which is one of our partners now. This is a company that really lets you do your own custom web page as a school, and you can try it out for free. And if you love it, you can claim your own website and you can go from there. So it's a lot of good stuff. We've done our own. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Also, Pebbletown, this is free from Capstone. You can go on there and register now. It goes through March with the Read Across America and the Great Story Makers Parade. That's the culmination. They've got ways to win prizes every month. So just something fun from Capstone. And then finally, I'll leave you with our free login to try out the new Premier bundle. From now through December 15th, free of charge. And it also includes your access to those 30 new PebbleGo ebook bundles. Each of them have 50. So you're getting 1,500 ebooks to try out between now and December. And if you have any questions, just reach out and get in touch with us. We're happy to help anytime. And thank you, WiLS.
Thank you, Marty. As always, a wealth of information, tons of options, tons of resources, and some free goodies. So that's really great.
Thanks, Jeff.
We'll be sure to include a lot of those links and stuff in our follow-up email for those who are catching this on the recording. Hopefully you will have seen that, but you can always reach out to us here as well. Thanks again, Marty. Very happy to hear from you today.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, I'm going to very quickly just sort of like blip my screen up again just to set us up for our next presenter coming to us from Scholastic, another Taco Tuesday veteran. Very happy to have you here with us today again, Tina Roller. Tina, are you ready to take the reins here?
As always, I am right on point and ready to share my screen, Jeff.
Great.
Awesome. So starting with Scholastic Library Publishing. As you know, our division is changing a little bit. We are retiring TrueFlix, ScienceFlix, and Scholastic Go. You are still able to purchase those programs. So if you are still interested, please let us know. I can prorate those for the end of the year. But right now we do have BookFlix, Watch and Learn, and Teachables to help support you. We know that reading must go beyond the classroom walls for students to be successful and to create lifelong reading habits. They need a system that motivates them to read in school, in their home, or anywhere. Many schools are using multiple apps and platforms, and still something always tends to get overlooked as the school year progresses, simply because there's so much involved and not enough time. So all of our programs for students make it easy to discover their content easily. There's unlimited reading and viewing. And it can also test their skills as there are little mini quizzes and other things. For educators, it offers a chance to enhance comprehension, apply content area support, and builds instructional support by building background knowledge. So starting with BookFlix, BookFlix pairs animated video storybooks with nonfiction ebooks. So you're going to get Click Clack Moo Cows That Type paired with Let's Visit a Dairy Farm. The stories are narrated by some of the great storytellers. Click Clack Moo, for example, is narrated by Randy Travis. I'm telling you, who better to do a cow book? They are available to the students 24/7. The classic storybooks are brought to life by celebrity narrators and colorful animation with hundreds of titles, including select pairs in Spanish. It's designed for pre-K through third grade students, ELL students, and striving readers. You can use this as a whole class group instruction, small group instruction, independent reading, or at-home summer reading. There are built-in read alouds, as well as learning activities to reinforce comprehension and step-by-step instructional lesson plans to guide educators. Here is a screenshot of what the story looks like with the suggested viewing format over to the left of the screen. So you're going to see that first you're going to watch the story to build that background knowledge. Read the book. There's 3 different puzzlers: word match, fact, or fiction, and which came first. And then there is meet the creators, explore the web was actually removed based on educator feedback. Watch and Learn Library offers fun and educational videos that help keep learners engaged and actively learning. These real-life videos help build background knowledge and align to science and social studies curriculums. Again, designed for pre-K through third students and ELL students. Can be used as whole group instruction, small group instruction, vocabulary builder, or meaningful family engagement. There's keyword vocabulary builders, quick comprehension checks, closed captioning, downloadable think sheets for students, as well as standard alignment. The real life videos are captivating and great keywords, as well as quiz whiz. And there are think sheets, and each video is available in both English and Spanish. Last but not least, we have our Teachables program, which offers printables, lessons, mini books, and so much more. It's an online database of tens of thousands of searchable and printable educational materials. We have a family hub, which has resources by grade to help your parents and educators easily find resources for their individual learner. Our For Libraries page includes summer resources, and you can see by this screenshot, our summer 2026 summer reading is already up and active. We also have Flicks Connections, monthly newsletters, as well as editorial calendars. Our statistical reporting will show you how many sessions you have, as well as how many documents have been read during each session. I am your WiLS partner. I can work on getting quotes out to you for any of the digital products. We also have our fall 2025 and spring 2026 print options available with your WiLS discount. You are eligible for some great discounts as a WiLS member, and I want to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck, whether adding print or digital materials. I do partner with WiLS, so all you have to do is reach out to me using these contact materials, or you can reach out to WiLS Direct and ask for a quote from either one of us, and WiLS and I will partner together and make sure you get the best quote, and we'll get that out to you and add it to your My WiLS portal. And Jeff, as you can tell, I went quick because I knew we were a little bit behind, so now we're back on track.
That's great, Tina. I will reiterate what Tina said, we talk to each other all the time. So whether you hit Tina up first or us up first, we're going to make sure that your Scholastic resources run through the WiLS system to get you the best price possible.
I don't think all the time really says how much we talk to each other.
That's true. But although I've only really ever been able to see Tina maybe once or twice in
Like,
person, two times. Are you possibly going? Am I going to see you this week? Are you possibly going to make it to WLA? Oh no,
I think Gabe might be there, but I will not.
okay.
So
Well,
make Gabe put the WiLS thing up. Make him take. I do have. I don't know when is WLA?
it's actually, I think tomorrow is first day. It's starting like
Okay,
this week.
I cleaned out my closet and I found some swag that Gabe doesn't have. So maybe if we can meet up with Gabe and get him some of this, he'll have some swag. Otherwise, he's not going to have much.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just thought, on the off chance that I might bump into you there, it would be a nice
Unfortunately, no.
well, okay.
Sad.
Well, that's all right. So we are a couple minutes ahead. I don't want to pivot right to our next presenter because actually our 12 o'clock presenter isn't here yet. I imagine she will be, but I don't want to set somebody else up to go until we're sure. So we'll just sort of take a short break here, just a couple of minutes, and do stay tuned for our next presenter to be coming up soon. I see Shannon has arrived. Hi, Shannon.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Great. You're just in time. Why don't I stop? If you're ready to start, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and you can take us away.
Oh, sure. I can do that. Go ahead and share my screen.
So joining us here, sorry, I didn't even do a proper introduction. Joining us from TDS Health is Shannon for yet another Taco Tuesday. So Shannon, over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Sorry, I was just a tad late, but as always, I appreciate the opportunity to present to everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Little background on our company. We've been around, my company's called TDS Health. We've been around for about 35 years, and we work with a variety of companies, publishers, and medical societies to offer a variety of online healthcare education resources. So in the past, I presented resources such as Primal Pictures Anatomy, Stat Pearls, Question Bank Learning Platform, our Dickey Medical and Biological Sciences healthcare platform, and so forth. But today, we're going to focus on a brand new product that we're offering called EKGaction. So hopefully you can see my screen here, and I'm going to work through this PowerPoint, and then we can hop in briefly as for a visual of the product as well. Go here. So what is EKGaction? Basically, it's an affordable, case-based, guided learning experience for mastering EKG interpretation. It was created by Dr. Bill Chavone. He practiced and taught medicine and cardiology for over 40 years. And during this time, he came up with this amazing way to teach EKG interpretation, which he tested out on cardiovascular disease fellows at Geisinger Medical Center and Cleveland Clinic. So then he took this experience and these results, and he expanded these products to support not only the fellows, but also students across many different specialties as well. So now he's expanded courses for EMS programs, EKG techs. There's an introductory and an advanced course and a chest x-ray course, and we'll take a little more look into that here shortly. And why is EKG interpretation so important? It is the #1 ordered test within a hospital setting, with over 40% of patients admitted to a hospital requiring an EKG. So we're going to start with the introductory course. And this is for users who have never interpreted EKGs in the past or have very little experience. And this is going to teach them how to read an EKG and recognize abnormalities. Now, this introductory course is for medical, PA, and NP students, as well as residents in internal medicine, family medicine, and emergency medicine, and hospital staff. So some of the feedback I've heard is that as medical students, they graduate and then they're going to go into residency, those new residents either haven't learned how to interpret EKGs at all, or it's been very limited. So these residency programs are really struggling to teach them this very important part of their education. And the internal medicine residents, the ABIM board exam, it's such a huge part of this exam that it's really, really important for these residents to know. I've also talked to some PA and medical students at conferences, and they really don't have any good structured resources on the market to teach this. And they just love the interface, how thorough and how structured the product is. And some of the content within this introductory course, there's 21 chapters, which teaches the students and residents how to interpret an EKG. Then it gives them 18 practice tests. And then after they complete that, they can take a core competency test, which includes 20 cases. So really reinforcing that knowledge and seeing their knowledge in action. And then with all of these courses, faculty have the ability to create a class of their students, residents, or fellows. They can create their own custom case studies to assign to the students and residents. And there's, of course, an analytics page for their class as well as their students individually. The advanced course, this is for those users who have already learned the basics of EKG interpretation, but really want to fine tune and perfect the EKG interpretation. So it's going to be for those cardiovascular disease fellowships, for those advanced practice professionals, the NPs and PAs who are in the cardiology specialty, as well as for hospital staff. And this course has many, many different cases, and they're adding an additional 400 cases here within a few weeks. So at the moment, there are 66 learning cases covering all of the major kind of diagnoses that the user is going to come across as they're reading EKGs. And then there's supplemental cases and some reinforced cases coming soon. So they include an ABM style 89 answer choice list of diagnoses. All their answers are instantly graded with teaching points provided. There's a 60 case practice test, which they should take right before the boards. There's also additional 45 kind of quick cases that attendings use typically within rounds to teach EKG interpretation. And then, of course, same with the Learn It Well, they have faculty features and functionality. There are 2 new courses that were just added last week by EKGaction. We have one for EMS programs, which covering EMT, advanced EMT, and those advanced paramedic courses. And there's also an EKG tech course. So EMS personnel, 20% of the cases they encountered, whether it's heart attacks or so forth, it's going to require some EKG interpretation while they're out in the field. And then I listed out some learning objectives here. building understanding of EKG fundamentals, learning how to correctly place electrodes and leads, and so forth. And then the last course I have here is going to be the EKG Tech, which is going to focus really on how they accurately set up the EKG for interpretation. So again, it's the limb leads and electrode placement and so forth, which is incredibly important to assure that you have the best interpretation possible. So I'm going to go ahead and just hop into the product here. Let's see. So now I'm in the EKGaction. This is kind of the home page. And if you scroll down, you do have the ability to hop into any of the programs here directly. But I wanted to touch on a little bit of what the students and faculty are going to see and how they're going to use it when they first access. So you'll notice at the top, there's classes. Now I'm logged in as an instructor, so I can create a new class. For example, I might have a new cohort of students coming in, medical students that I want to set up a class so I can review analytics, create custom case studies, and direct them to what I want them to learn. So I could create a new class, and then it's going to show up here. And then they can just view their class to view analytics and create their custom case studies and so forth. As a student, when I log in, obviously I can't create a class, but I do have my list of classes that have been assigned to me by my instructors. And when I click on that class, we'll go down maybe to the introductory class. It's going to take me to my class page. So over on the left-hand side, it's going to have the custom cases, which are anything created by my instructor they want me to view. And then I can also just hop into the learning materials. As an instructor, I obviously can see the students, my administrators, and this is where I would go in to create my custom cases and so forth. Let me go back to the dashboard, and I'm going to go back down to my programs. And I'm just going to hop into the Learn It Well, which is one of the most popular courses. And again, this is for medical and PPA students, as well as residents within internal medicine, family medicine, and emergency medicine, which is huge. I have all my materials here, my index of cases where I'm going to start learning. At the top, I can learn a little bit more about how this Learn It Well course was created. And this is where I can also take my core competency test after I kind of learn the basics of EKG interpretation. Sorry about that. So here we have the table of contents, which is all of my chapters, which covers all of the basics of EKG interpretation and diagnoses. I have an alphabetized index where I can go and look at specific diagnoses that I want to learn more about. I can go to specific figures within the program or view as an individual user my latest scores. So under the table of contents, we have all of these chapters. After each area, there's going to be review, which are the top tips or top key points that the student needs to pull from these areas. And then there's going to be short quiz questions to kind of reinforce that knowledge. After they learn all of these basics through 21 chapters, then they can test that knowledge that they've learned with their own cases. So for example, I could click on a case. It gives me an EKG, as well as the brief case study and some tools and notes. And then here's that 89 ABM style answer key, and they're going to choose everything that they determine kind of diagnoses the EKG above. So they're just going to choose a few different options, whatever they think interprets that EKG, submit it, and then it's going to go through their score, what they've answered correctly and incorrectly. And then they can do their learning points. So it's just practice for them to learn how to read the EKG. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop here. This would take me a lot longer than the 15 minutes I have in order to actually review all of the content. But from what I hear, from the information I've received from actual users and students and faculty in the market, EKG interpretation is an extremely difficult topic. And there has not in the past been really structured guided learning platforms in order to help students learn how to interpret this. So EKGaction, we're really excited to be able to share this product with all of you. And I'm available. Here's my contact information. Feel free to reach out anytime with questions, for more product information, for trials, and so forth. And I'm happy to help.
Thank you, Shannon. Another really great resource that I never even would have known existed. If you know, I was actually saying this before the session to some of our other presenters. We can always sort of count on Shannon to bring us something that is like specific, but the minute you describe it, I'm like, oh, I can see how incredibly useful that would be.
Yeah.
And it's just so far outside of my own professional expertise. I never even would have known that this was a needed tool, but clearly it definitely is. So thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you,
sharing.
Jeff. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're always happy to have you here, Shannon. So we'll hope you come back again another time. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one more time to get us ready for our last presenter. Coming to us from PressReader. Laura, are you ready to jump in?
Hi, I am, Jeff. Thank you.
Right. I'm going to stop sharing my. Oh, I think I already did. It's all you.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff, and thank you, WiLS. It's great to be back for Taco Tuesday. I'm Laura Oliver. I'm a library sales agent with PressReader, and I work with Wisconsin libraries. I'm going to show you the PressReader mobile app today, and I'm actually going to hide my video here because I'm on my iPad, and when I do the app, you're just going to see my hand kind of scrolling through. So I'm going to hide my video and share my screen and show you the PressReader mobile app. So PressReader is a platform with 7,000 newspapers and magazines, digital print replicas of newspapers and magazines. And there's about 3,000 newspapers and 4,000 magazines. They come from 120 different countries in 60 languages, and they're all in one platform, which makes it a great user experience for library patrons because they don't have to go in and out of different platforms to be able to read all of these publications. Some of the patron favorites include USA Today, the Boston Globe, the Guardian, the Economist, Rolling Stone, Foreign Affairs, Newsweek, Wired, and HGTV Magazine, just to name a few. It's a great way to diversify your collection and provide resources for your English-speaking and your non-English-speaking communities alike. It's really different from some of the newspaper databases that you may have already and may be familiar with, because PressReader is really designed for everyday reading of the news. And for that reason, it draws a much larger audience than you typically see for a newspaper database where patrons are doing article searches. You can do article searches on PressReader, and some people do, but it really is designed for just everyday reading of the news. And because it is a popular resource, it really does best alongside Libby and Hoopla and some of the other popular digital resources. So that's always where I advise libraries to put it on their websites. There's no limits, so everybody can use it at the same time. Any number of patrons who want to be on the platform can get on it all this at the same time. There's no limits to the number of publications they can access. There's no checkout process, so anybody on PressReader can access whatever they want, whenever they want. There are multiple subscription models, so you can choose from the full catalog of newspapers and magazines. You could do newspaper only, magazine only. There is actually a Spanish only catalog. And then The Economist is sold separately. It can be purchased individually or added on to one of the other subscriptions. You will see the New York Times here. And that is because any library that has the New York Times All Access Pass can have PressReader added to their PressReader, or have the New York Times added to their PressReader account. There's no charge for that, but you do have to have the New York Times All Access Pass in order to do that. So I would say the best value is really to do the whole catalog. That's the best bang for the buck. A lot of libraries do that, even if they have magazines from other platforms, because it allows their users to access certain features that not every platform has, especially for magazines. For example, translation and the ability to share articles and to save articles. PressReader can be accessed on a desktop or on a laptop through the website, or on mobile phones and tablets, either on the website or on the PressReader mobile app. If you're on your library's Wi-Fi, your patrons can just jump right on. If they go to your computers and hop to your website, link to PressReader, they can just jump on and start reading. If patrons are outside the library, they can authenticate using their library card numbers and PINs. And if anyone would like to customize their PressReader experience, they can create a free account using an email address and a password. And that way they can follow certain papers, automatically download publications, and save articles and carry their settings across devices. So today I want to show you the mobile app. You can see it on your screen, I think, because the mobile app really does have a big impact on usage. No other library newspaper platform has a reading app like PressReader, which is critical for convenient daily access to digital newspapers. So let me show you some of the features. Right now I'm on the For You tab. You can see that on the left. It's highlighted green and it says For You. And you can see some of the publications that I'm following here at the top. So Vanity Fair, the New York Times, USA Today, The Economist, and Cosmopolitan. I'm following all of these. And I'll just go into USA Today just to show you what it looks like. And I can hit read. And there's many ways to navigate PressReader. It's giving me a heads up because it thinks I'm recording because I am doing a presentation, but that won't happen to your patrons because they're not going to be presenting on Zoom, presumably. So you can see this is USA Today. I'm on the money page. Let me go back. I'm going to go to the first page. So here's USA Today, and this is today's paper. It was added to my account probably around 4 o'clock in the morning. So before I was awake, because I have it auto downloaded. And you can scroll through and kind of read the paper the way that you would a normal paper, or you can click an article and read that article. So I'll show you some of the features. Once you're in the article mode, you can, at the bottom left, you'll see a share button. And that button allows me, I don't have a whole lot on this tablet, but if I had Facebook, I could share to Facebook. I can send it in a text or an email. And the person that I send it to doesn't have to have PressReader or have a library card even to be able to read the article. So I can save it. I can create a new collection if I want, and I can name it whatever makes sense for this article, mortgage rates, let's say. I can comment. This is the comment section. This stays within PressReader, but if I wanted to comment on the article, I could. And then this headphones icon allows me to listen. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully you can hear.
General Zer may give Democrats some hope. Tim Walz's daughter stirs in the political pot.
Oops.
Will drop in mortgage rates boost housing? Buyers jumping as mortgage rates hit 13.
I'm going to hit pause, but on the left, you can see I'm in regular time. I can switch that to 1.5 or 2 or slow it down to 0.5 if I wanted. I'm going to close out of this. So that listening feature, let me show you another fun aspect. You can adjust the screen or the text size, the contrast, and this will carry from device to device if you're logged in. So this will go if I'm on my tablet now, and if I logged in on my laptop, these settings would carry over. But here is my favorite feature, which is translate. So I can print from here if I want, or I can hit translate, and I'm going to translate to French. And this is Microsoft Translation, which is a high quality translation. You can translate to 35 different languages, and I can also listen after I translate. And it'll read it to me in French. My Wi-Fi is a little bit slow today, I think.
La baisse des taux hypothécaires stimulera-t-elle le logement? Les
So you can see it's giving me the vocalization of the French translation of the article. Let me go back. Some ways to navigate. I can navigate using this lower bar here and kind of see all the different sections and go to whatever page I may want to go to. It's giving me a hard time. The interaction between PressReader and Zoom, I apologize for that. I'll go back here. So that's some of the features of the article function. In the For You feed, I can scroll down. So at the top, I've got the latest issues that I'm following. Then I've got top stories. So these are aggregated by PressReader. You can see they're from a bunch of different publications, the New York Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, USA Today, The Guardian. And this is just compiling all of the major stories of the day. So as I scroll through, it's giving me some recommended, and the more I customize it, the more customized it will be to my interests. So I can go through politics and whatever, if I wanted to follow tariffs or another political issue, it would preference those stories in my feed. Now, if you don't customize it, it's just going to give you the top stories of the day. So in all of these different categories. So I can also, so this is the For You feed. So this kind of reads like a paper. It's got all these different sections, recommended, politics, top stories, etc. I can also go into browse, which is a great way to find new content. People do read pretty deeply into PressReader. It's surprising, I think, for some libraries to see what people are reading, what their patrons are seeing. So they have access to a lot, and they can really find some interesting publications. So it does tend to be very diverse. Lots of different languages, lots of different countries. But in this browse section, I can scroll and see by topic. So animals and pets, art. This is especially helpful for the magazines, aviation, boating, etc. I can filter at the top of this page. I can look at different countries and regions. So this is all of the countries. And if I go to, let's say, Mexico, you can see we have 236 different publications from Mexico. I can narrow that down to a region in Mexico if I want to, Jalisco, let's say, and I can see all the publications from Jalisco. If I want to narrow it to magazines, I can do that. So lots of different ways to search and filter. And then my libraries, things that I've downloaded already, things that I have bookmarked under bookmarks. If you want to see where all of the hotspots are for PressReader, you can go to the hotspot map. And then these other two are just account settings and just general settings. So I won't get into those. I have about 2 minutes. I want to just say a couple other things. Every library that has a PressReader account gets access to a robust analytics dashboard. So you can find out how many people are opening The Economist on their laptops, or, using the app, or you can see how many different countries' publications are being accessed and in what languages. So there's lots of really rich information in there. PressReader comes with a full suite of marketing assets, which can be printed or shared online, a help center, which is available online 24/7 for anybody who might get stuck, and then staff training from Niche Academy, which is free. Libraries can also upload their own publications. So if you wanted to upload let's say you have a library newsletter or your annual report, you could also add that into PressReader. So you would make that accessible to the folks who are your patrons only. But it would be on your PressReader account. And before I forget, I just want to share my email. My name is Lara, Lara, like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. My last name is Oliver, and my email is Lara, Larao, at PressReader.com. So please reach out, send me an email if you would like to schedule a staff demo. I can also set up a free staff trial, and I'm happy to send a price quote for you to consider as you plan your budget. So thank you so much. Thanks again, Jeff and WiLS, for Taco Tuesday. And I'll go back and unshare my screen here if I can. Stop sharing and go back to my video. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Laura. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for showing us, giving us another look at PressReader and all the amazing stuff that can be done with it. So I've got a weird itch on my mustache. Yes, thank you so much for showing us PressReader resources. And I really do hope that anyone watching this will take the time to reach out, get more information, get a quote, and maybe we can get PressReader into more libraries.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Jeff, real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Tina.
Laura, can you give me your email address again? My typing skills were not up to par when you gave it out.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much for another opportunity to share my email address. So it's LARAO at PressReader.com.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I will also say thank you to all of our presenters today. Thanks so much for taking the time to show off some of your amazing resources for our WiLS members. Those of you watching, thank you so much for joining us today. And I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again. Please reach out to us here at WiLS if you've got any questions, if you want to be connected to any of the presenters that you saw today. If you're looking for a trial, if you're looking for a quote, we can help you with all of those kinds of things. The best way to reach us at WiLS is at co-op, that's COOP, at wils.org. We are going to be at WLA this week. Probably by the time this recording is posted, WLA will either be over or almost over, but we will be back for more Taco Tuesdays 2 weeks from now on November 11th. So we hope you'll join us for another great session then. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again to our presenters, and have a great afternoon. Bye, everyone.